Welcome back to another video, guys. And based off where I am, you can see that I'm back home. I'm not in the studio yet, but I'm back at home. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about in this video, and the main particular thing is about Victor Osimhen. Now, based off how we've been performing in pre-season, I see everyone can see that we need a striker. We need a goal scorer because we've not been scoring. Apart from that match that we won 4-1, we haven't been scoring enough. We haven't been taking enough chances. And now we've been linked once again with Victor Osimhen. We've been linked in previous windows, but now we're linked again recently. Now, reports are saying that Galatasaray are trying to sign two of our players, which is Gabriel Martinelli and also Waneri. So there could be possibly something down the line in terms of agreement being reached, but I don't care who it is, whether it's Osimhen, whether it's Alvarez. That's a brilliant finish there. We need another finisher. We need another footballer. We need another, we need another striker at the club, because Gyökeres, I don't believe, will cut it based off how we've been performing in pre-season. And Kai Havertz, we know we're going to get from him, but we need an alternate goal scorer. And for me, I would love Alvarez, but if we can't get Alvarez, I wouldn't mind a Victor Osimhen because he's very good at goal scoring. So look at this. He's very good in the air. So far last season, he done very well for Galatasaray. And since he's been there, this guy has been very good for Galatasaray, scoring lots of goals for them. You can see that he scored lots of headers, which is something that we need, especially getting Solis. Basically getting Solis, it'll be very good for Osimhen because Solis loves to provide ball in the box. We know Saka can do that as well. We know Madueke can do that. But there's something that potentially might be bad in terms of his attitude, his character. Now, Mikel Arteta, I believe, is a good man-to-man manager. But when it comes to Victor Osimhen, he's a bit of a wild card. But I believe that Mikel Arteta can get him on the wraps, can get him under control, because we already have a structure. I already spoken about this in previous video. The reason why Mikel Arteta couldn't get along with Aubameyang and Mesut Ozil is because he needed a foundation. And these guys were too shaky to be the foundation of the club. So he had to get rid of him. It's not the fact that he can't manage big characters, because he said it himself. He wants all the best players at the Arsenal, the best players in the world. So there's no way you're going to make a statement like that. And when times come now for you to get the best players, you don't want to get them. It's simple fact that with Mesut Ozil and Aubameyang, they were shaky being the foundation. They were ill-disciplined. And you needed to start a foundation with disciplined players. So we've got that now. Arteta already built that. It's already structured. So now getting a player like Victor Osimhen, he can basically coach them. He can coach him into a better player, into someone that can contain their anger. He done it with Xhaka. For me, done it with Xhaka, you can do that with anyone. So based off these clips, you might think that this guy only scored headers, man, but it's not. So this is just basically all his goal that he scored at Galatasaray. And for me, look at this now. Brilliant finish there. So he can score all type of goals, bangers, and he's got a strength, he's got a passion. Now, I made a video in the past about him already, how good this guy is. So last season he had a 30 GA, scoring 22 goals and having 8 assists. Now, I know that's not the final thing, because we know that Victor Gyökeres had a very good GA as well, and coming to the Arsenal, he's not pulling up trees, he's not doing enough at the Arsenal. But with Osimhen, I believe Osimhen is that player that it doesn't matter where he goes, he will still perform. He will still do his best because he's athletic, he's fast, he's strong, he's got a good eye for goal. So I believe that no matter where he goes, this guy will still do good. So I rate Victor Osimhen. He was doing good at Napoli, then he went to Galatasaray, still doing good. And I believe he's right at the peak of his age, right? He's still 27. So he's at the peak of his career. This guy could do bits for the Arsenal. So having a 30 GA, that's magnificent. Scoring 15 goals and 5 assists in 22 matches, that's very, very good for Victor Osimhen. So you can see that he's very good at penalty takes. Now, so as I'm saying, that reports are coming through that Berta is basically having talks right now. It started off as a conversation between the Arsenal and Galatasaray for the likes of Martinelli and Waneri, but then we end up talking about Victor Osimhen. So I know that we're trying to sign a striker, another good header there, man. If we just get a player just for headers, we're already in pole position right now. We'll be already way up. Another good finish there. The initial shot was poor, but the finish is still good. So even if we got Victor Osimhen just for headers, that alone will bring us so much goal, because I'm telling you, there's going to be lots of good goal poaching instinct there. There's going to be a lot of chances that's created from set plays for the Arsenal. And even from crossing areas, when you talk about Solis, when you talk about Saka, when you talk about Madueke, and whatever winger we're going to get in, there's going to be lots of chances created from the wings that's crossed in, and we need a finisher. Gyökeres is proving that he's not that. He's not that right now. I don't know if he will get better, and I was hoping, but man, There's a difference. You have to have hope, and you have to compare the hope against reality. And right now, even though I'm holding on two hands that Victor Gyökeres will do good this season, the reality is that the base of preseason, I can't really see that. You know what I mean? So we need another striker. I think we need another striker more than how we need a left winger, because we've got Martinelli, we've got Solis. That's good enough for now. But as a striker, we need someone that can put the ball in the back of the net. I don't get me wrong, I still need another left winger. I would want to replace Martinelli, but at least we've got two left wingers. We haven't got a striker that can score goals. Oh man, that last match I see Kai Havertz missing such a good opportunity. I see Gyökeres just falling over. Man, it was so annoying. Everything was on point. Salmon game was on point. The right back, right? Is it Julian? I think I'm gonna make a video. That guy, he looks sick. He looks sick at right back. Everyone was doing good apart from the striking areas. That's my main area of concern, the striking areas. So getting a player like Victor Osimhen, is quoted that this guy will cost us about 75 million euro, which is not too bad. Not too bad for prolific strikers. Victor Osimhen coming in at his peak at 27, man. It'll be very good for the Arsenal. So they're saying that there could be a possible swap and 38 million pounds. So a swap for either Martinelli or Waneri and 38 pounds, which would be cheap. Would be cheap for Victor Osimhen. I'm not gonna lie, because this guy can. I believe that in a good team, in a well-structured team, he can compete with the likes of Ireland for the Golden Boot. I really think so. So to be paying 38 million plus Martinelli. Now I see Martinelli quotes are going for Martinelli about 40 million to 45 million, which I believe is a bit cheap. But then again, Martinelli didn't have a good season last season. For the past season and a half or 2 seasons, Martinelli hasn't had a good season. So even though I believe it's low, he's not helping us to sell him on for good money, because he's been underwhelming for such a long time. This report is coming after linking with Julian Alvarez for basically the whole transfer window, and I see us link with a lot of strikers, so I know that we're going to get a striker. But as I said, I don't care who it is as long as he's a good goal scorer. I don't care how tall he is, I don't care how short he is, I don't care how strong he is, I don't care how fast he is, as long as he's a good goal scorer. Because even if he's a poacher and is very good finishing, that's good enough for us. We don't need a speedster. We just need someone to get the ball in the back of the net. That's all I'm praying for, man. We need a striker that can get the ball in the back of the net. That's it. Everything else is a bonus. Because if we get a slow player, we can build a team around that. Do you understand what I mean? We can build a team around for him to be in certain areas just to finish. But to have everything else, Gyökeres got the strength, right? He's got everything. He's got the awareness. He has the in the box at the right time, but the finishing is not. It's just not there right now. Havertz has everything apart from finishing. Jesus has everything in terms of the flair, the tricks, and that's it. There's no strength in his gameplay anymore. There's no speed. There's no finishing. I see this guy came on and missed the goal. It was so frustrating, man. So I believe, hands down, we need a goal scorer in the team. And let me know your thoughts about Victor Osimhen. And if it's not Victor Osimhen, who realistically now? I'm not talking about any fantasies here. Who realistically that's on the market you think we can get? Because I don't mind Alvarez, but Alvarez looks like it's going to be difficult. Looks like we're going to go down to the end of the transfer window still trying to sign him. And based off what happened with Vinicius Jr., I'm not having any hopes with Alvarez. I was hoping before Vinicius Jr. links, but after Vinicius Jr.'s links and we didn't get him, I'm not really hopeful anymore. So realistically, what other top strikers can we get in the window right now to improve us? Because we need level raisers. As Arteta keeps saying, we need level raisers, and Victor Osimhen is one of the main ones I see in terms of the striking era. But let me know your thoughts. Is there a better striker out there than Victor Osimhen that we can realistically get? Let me know in the comment box who. I'll do a video on them and give my feedback. Make sure you like, subscribe and share. Help me on my journey to 10,000 subs. Catch you next video, guys. Big up yourself.